Hello and welcome back to Weston Super Mare, Josh and Sam. We have played a fair few old games since we drew 2-2 with West Ham. I said we would. I said in fact that we'd watch the Chelsea game, but I forgot. And I played it myself. But we'll go through some of these results. So we beat Villa 1-0 away. Nice. We smashed Montpellier. Mads Pedersen getting a hat-trick. He's on a sensational run of form. We then got Premier League Luton in the League Cup. We knobbed on them as well. Mads Pedersen with another hat-trick. We then went away to Premier League leaders at the time, Man City, and we drew 1-1. We were winning for most of that game. We conceded a late equaliser, which is very frustrating. I think we took that form into the Storm Graz game. Cunningham scored, but we didn't end up winning. Luckily, we bounced back and humped Bristol City. Bailey scored twice. Pedersen scored, of course. Even Håkansson scored. Georgie Cunningham on a bit of a roll of form. 2 goals in 2 games. Nice to see that. We then played QPR. Pedersen, of course, scored, and Albert Bayon scored. These were 2 fairly late goals. We didn't play great, but we did beat them. We then welcomed Genk to our lovely Wood Spring Stadium and beat them 2-0, meaning that we're pretty much assured to go through in the European Cup at this point, Europa League. We then played Sheffield United in the 4th round of the League Cup, and we smashed them, which was very nice to see. And then, of course, we followed that up with an unlucky, but nevertheless, a defeat to Chelsea 1-0. They scored right late on, and we were a better team, I think. But there we go. What are we going to do? So what that does mean is that the Premier League looks like this. We've got 2 games in hand. Potentially we could be as high as 4th by the end of that, although goal difference suggests that we'll probably be behind Arsenal, and they've also got a game in hand on us. So we'll see. As well as that, we'll look at the Europa League group. So we're doing pretty well. If we beat Genk again, we're probably assured of a progression into the into the knockout stages. They're not all that, so we should be fine, I think, here. And so I think today we'll play the Genk game and then the Southampton game. And then after that, we'll see how things fall. If we don't win this game, we might want to then watch the Montpellier game or the Sturm Graz game to see how the group stages of the Europa League pans out. But let's move quickly on. I just wanted to note that Genk's manager has got a bit of Billy Big Bollocks about him. He's not my biggest fan, apparently. Apparently this is a growing feud between us. He's been in charge of Genk for 14 years. All that time they've come mid-table, except for one season where they came runner-up in the Dutch league. So, well done him, I suppose. Very solid, literally uninspiring career. He's about to be even further uninspired by the mighty, mighty Seagulls. It's been a couple of days since I uploaded a video. I've been away in Berlin watching some actual football. I've also revamped my scouting in the meantime. I've created a series of notes for myself. How do I find them? It would be helpful if I knew where they were. Notebook. Telling me when all the new players come, and I've put reminders so that as soon as they come in, I will be able to go and scout those players and sign them before they sign contracts at their club, meaning we should be able to get in a couple of youngsters who we can then sort of improve into some good players. What has just happened is where's the November? Belarus just had their intake. On some forum I was reading that apparently Belarus are one of the countries you want to watch because they throw up some good players. Not this year. They were terrible. I didn't look through them all. There's an unfortunate thing about the way the game works. If you go to the youth intake page, look at a player and then go back, it doesn't take you back to the youth intake page. You have to go to a different page again and click through. So it's a bit of a laborious process. And I wasn't a great fan of looking through all of Shakhtar Soligorsk's new young players. So I didn't. I only looked through a few of them, mainly from the bigger clubs, and they were all a load of crap. Also, because they're from Eastern Europe, you can't sign them until they're 18 anyway. So I thought, bugger it. There's no point in wasting my time here. None of them were outstandingly good. 1 or 2 of them may have become decent Premier League players with good training, so we'll see. Let's just quickly go to the board and see if they will give us some new training facilities, or youth facilities would be better. do it? We haven't got any money. For God's sake. Fine. Okay, fine. Whatever. Let's go on. I'll keep badgering them for that. Eventually they'll give us something, I'm sure. Villarreal have been knocked out of the... Oh no, it's a group game, but they lost to Maccabi Tel Aviv. That's pretty poor. Yeah, things have been going pretty well. I'm hoping that we can push on. If we win our 2 games in hand, we're in a fantastic position. I haven't gone and got the new game badge packs for all of these leagues yet. So far I haven't thought that there's any need. I can't be bothered to go finding the Norwegian or the Slovakian league packs, but if we end up being drawn against some shonky team in the next round, I might do... Well, I definitely will do that because I don't like seeing just the badge there. Who's Ibrahim El Amrani? I think have I signed him? No, I think I tried to sign him. He's not... I mean, quite a while ago it would have been back here when he was looking like a decent prospect, but he hasn't really kicked on, so bugger to him. Anyway, we're playing them at home, are we? Oh, okay. Oh, no, Crystal Arena. We're playing in their place. Okay, good. So, let's play Sabani here. We're going to give Abdallah a game. We've got a space on the sub bench, so I'll put Montignelli there. In fact, I'll give Montignelli a game because Emblom messed me about in that game against West Ham, although that was clearly 2 or 3 months ago. But whatever. And we will play like that. I think we'll give Taylor a game. And yeah, let's go. Straight in. Smashing some Genks. Oh, they're playing with 2 central defensive midfielders. They are not looking like they're setting up in an attacking... And they're playing at home as well. So 2 central defensive midfielders at home shows how they think the game is going to go. Hopefully we can oblige them by smashing them. It's a very warm day here in Poland. The window is open. You will hear stuff going on outside. They are building... it looks like they've suddenly decided to start building something at the end of our street. There's long been a boggy mess over there where people have started to sort of park their cars, but they've roped it off now, and they've flattened out a lot of the ground with some kind of tracked machinery over the weekend when I was away, and it looks like they might be slowly moving to put something there, which would be good, make it look a little bit nicer, but it also means that there's the likelihood of some very loud beeping vehicle to turn up halfway through the video. There we go. So far, nothing much is going on, although this is... Oh, God, the pace on that fella. Jesus. He's slow. He is slow. Kotnik, come on. We should be knocking these boys about. Plessers. Who even is he? Montignelli. Interesting attempt to throw it to the 5'6", I think, Mads Pedersen. Come on, boys. We're better than them. Are we able to work our way through their 6-man defence? Oh, good save from Lek. That's not Lek, my former goalkeeper. Lek, is it? The Polish. I used to have a youth goalkeeper called Lek, who I think who I let go this summer because he wasn't all that great. That could be him. We'll find out. Fitzgerald, Abdallah, Kotnik. Come on, boys. We're playing it around nicely. We've been on very good form except for the Chelsea game, which was an unfortunate result. Cunningham curls around the post. That's a shame. Is it Michał Lek? Can I find out? Is there a way of doing something like Genk teams? No, his name is Kamil Lek. Okay, so he's a different Lek. Go away. Right, there we go. Let's look what's going on here. It's a draw in the other game as well so far, but I'm not too worried. I think that even if we don't get a brilliant result here, we'll still go through because the other 2 teams are absolutely dreadful. We put Montpellier to the sword. We beat Sturm Graz fairly handily, and we even beat Genk as well earlier on, so we're doing fine. I think we may have drawn with Genk, but that was a bit of an off day. I have no problem with suggesting that we will beat them if we play them when we play them again. This is not going great. This is going to be a goal, is it? No. Okay. We are better in terms of most of the statistics. They've had more shots on target, which is an interesting disappointment. Here's the goal, though, surely. Unfortunate. Goal kick to Genk. Taking their time over it. Gorczycka. Oh, he's going to score. He's not. Right. Montignelli, Cunningham. Come on, boys. This is ridiculous. Put your foot down. And of course he's offside. have I made sure he's playing a poacher? Yeah, he is playing poacher. Fine, nothing interesting to see here. Let's go back. Sabani, Abdallah, nice. Sabani, Montignelli, Sabani, Meunier. Oh yes, nice football, nice goal. Was there a touch of offside there? They seem to think there was. Let's see on the replay. See if we can pause it. Oh, for goodness sake, we don't have to see them walk all the way. Oh, was that offside? There was a suggestion. I think it might have been. But we'll take it. 1-0 away from home. Fine with me. Well, have we picked up 3 yellow cards in that first half? Jesus. Oh no, they've got one of them. Abdallah and... Oh no, in fact they've got 2 of them. It's them with the yellows. Fools. I think I might take Kotnik off in a couple of minutes into this half because he's... what did people see? No, they didn't seem to bother. So yeah, I'm going to tell them that they're not that bad, assertively. Yeah, might take Kotnik off. He's the best right mid we've got, and he's looking a little bit leggy. So we'll make sure we save him for the Southampton game. It's much more important to me the league than this competition. But Cunningham has scored. Beautiful second half start. That tells me that we can take Kotnik off. We'll bring on him over here. Håkansson, give him a chance. I'll probably bring Billy Watts on at some point. I want him to get some game time to try and score some goals because no matter what I do, he just doesn't seem to. He scores in patches. He'll have a streak of 3 or 4 games where he scores and then just nothing. I like the guy's name, Cools. Plessis is going to score. No, he's not. He's a mug. Montpellier winning. Can we see will we be able to find their score in all these sort of games? Where are they? Pedersen, Håkansson. Oh, it's an interesting effort there. Where are they? Montpellier, they're winning 2-1. Berry, you see. He doesn't tell me, fine. If you're not going to tell me, then fine. Ooh. 50 minutes. Okay, we're going to give Cunningham a day off. He's played well. We're going to put Billy Watts on, remembering he's an advanced forward. Was it advanced forward? Anyway, he's going to play there. He's going to play in that role. I was going to say classic Ben Wheatland. Cunningham scores immediately after being taken off, but no, he doesn't. Now he's coming off. Billy Watts. Where was anybody there? That was pathetic. That was ridiculous. It'd be interesting to know. I mean, that's obviously a tactical thing because of the way we're playing 4-4-2, but it'd be interesting to know if it's possible to get someone to drop in that gap during goal kicks. I'm not sure I'm in the position to be experimenting with formations right now. Oh, for goodness sake, what? But we'll see. I'm going to bring on Nieto. No, am I? What am I going to do? Might give Mr. Kovic a game. It doesn't seem that there's any need to bring on any more big guns for this one. We can just sort of shore things over the back. Montignelli's fine. Give the right back of Fitzgerald a break because he's been playing quite a lot. There's a child crying outside, as there always seems to be during my recordings. Montignelli, unlucky. Okay, so we're going to give Mr. Kovic half an hour. He's now officially a right back as well. We've trained him to play right back. So that's good. Instead of being awkward, he's now, I think, accomplished or whatever, like the sort of basic. He's able to play it. He's not completely stupid. Sabani, Abdallah, Meunier, Montignelli, Abdallah. Nicely worked. Billy Watts, for goodness sake. Also, why would you kick it like that? It seems like it's like trying to curl it, but from a very central area. You'd think you could have just sort of placed it in or smashed it in or something, but this Amrani dude is dominating us in the air. Not impressed. Need Justin Simbele back. Very relatively short, not that great at defending, but seemingly unbeatable in the air. Billy Watts, this is your chance, boy. Plays it back to Montignelli. Abdallah. Right, okay. Fine. Whatever floats your boat. Montpellier are winning. They've scored more goals. It's 3-2 now. That's quite a good game. I think if Sturm Graz could get a point now, well, that might confirm us as through already. Billy Watts must score now, for goodness sake. Although I would have been tempted to say he was offside, so we'll see. Maybe if he'd scored, they would have said he was. Fisher, Bukovic. It's like Liverpool, Milner scoring an own goal the other day. In real life, that is. Mr. Kovic. His name's obviously Merkovic, but I call him Mr. Kovic. Shut up. Unfortunate there. Would have expected Pedersen on the form he's been in to score, but fine. Nice play. I mean, fine. We're winning 2-0. I don't know. Shouldn't be too complainy. That's nice. Billy Watts must score here, and he does. Very nice. Very nice work. Settles the tie. Now all we need is an equaliser from Sturm Graz, and I'd be happy. I'm happy. I'd be ecstatic. Maybe not ecstatic. And it's disappointing when you notice that one is taken off of us. It's very disappointing. The other two teams have absolutely smashed them. But whatever. Oh, he's been at the centre of all the things they've done. He definitely is their key player, but he's not that good. That's the trouble. Well, we'll see. Injury inflicted by Spencer. The key thing about finding out when the youth players join, like when the countries do youth intakes, is that when they first appear in the game, players aren't signed to any. They're in teams, but they're not signed to any contract. So if you get in and get them, you can get them for about 50k instead of having to pay thousands and thousands of pounds of compensation or a proper transfer fee. You can go in and nick some of them. So I'm hoping that I can get some English, Scottish, Welsh, Irish players and train them up a little bit. I'm also interested in European players, French, German, particularly Germans, because the German regions on this game are slightly odd because the German national team isn't licensed, so the movement of players up to the German full national squad is a little odd. It doesn't always seem to work properly, so it means that you can get a lot of them to change their allegiance to become English, and so that would be very helpful for us. So if we can get a couple of 15, 16-year-old Germans in, make them English, that'll help the English game, but it'll also help us for our homegrown metrics. And the trouble is our youth system is still appalling, but I've got some very good youth coaches, even if the facilities they've just got some plastic cones and maybe one of those dummies that's made out of metal. So yeah, we're not going to be able to transfer all of these players into fantastic players, but we might be able to get a couple of players in very cheaply who can help us out. £121,000, that's nice. We did qualify already, so that's nice. Good. We smashed Genk, of course. Meunier was on form. Yep. Didier Deschamps, who is he the French manager? Yeah, he's the French boss, looking at a couple of our players. Of course he is, because they're great. Why would a national team manager not be scouting Weston Super Mare? Okay, now to try and get some of our games back, because this Europa League is really hitting our season, as well as the semi-League Cup run that we've got at the moment. We will now play and hopefully beat Southampton, and that can start pushing us on the way up the top of the division again. I don't know who we've got in the next stage of the League Cup. I think it's another Premier League team, but not a good one. Let's just do this team talk. I'm confident. Attack. Mads Pedersen is always the way. The game against Genk was a big test. This is a weird question. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. Fine. After the game in midweek, you worry that your team might struggle. I don't see it being a problem at all. Super confident. The irritating thing about having notes is I've now got this stupid gold dot next to my name. Whatever. Let's quickly look at the fixtures so we can see who we've got in the next round of the Cup. When is the next round of the Cup? Oh, it's the quarterfinal. Oh, it's bloody Chelsea. Of course it is. And it's ages away as well. God, there's a lot of games in between now and then. Okay, fine. So I was going to say maybe we can play the next round of the League Cup as the next video, but that seems like a little too far ahead. And also, bloody Chelsea. It's ridiculous. Like, why do we always seem to draw the best teams possible? I think there were some really rubbishy lower division teams. Oh, we're going to get £1 million for two cup games, 2 games on TV. This is good because we are with the board complaining they've got no money, despite giving me 20-30 million pounds to spend on players. Clearly got no money. This is the days before the ridiculous bumper TV deals, so the Premier League does give you some decent money, but you really need to get into the Champions League to get a edge financially, particularly for a club like Weston, who don't traditionally make any money. Although our sponsorships are starting to improve. Now, let's look. So now we're even further behind, which is good, though. We're still decent. We're still within touching distance. This is nice. Okay. Oh, man, look at this bottom three. Liverpool, Luton, Bristol City. At least Liverpool have picked up some wins. I mean, they lost the first something like they lost 8 games in a row or something crazy, or the first 5 maybe. They were dreadful. After 11 games, Bristol City have already conceded 33 goals, which seems a tad like they're not trying. Now then, let's play this game, and then I'll play the Wolves game off camera because that's a little too much for one video. Okay, I'm gonna play Casolo in goal. There's one of those vans. I'm gonna play Engblom back here. I'm going to put in Nieto instead of Mounier because Mounier played and he will be slightly tired. And I'm going to have... I want to bring in Justice and Mbele into the squad, but I also want Glavina in the squad. So we're going to take out... No, we're not going to do that. That would be madness. No, that would be madness. Man, we've actually got depth. Depth. It's madness. It's great. There's depth to the squad. I have to choose who I'm going to bring on. I want Glavina because he's a very good player. I might play him instead of Sabani. Just drop Sabani out of the squad, which seems harsh and is. I'm not going to take Montinelli. I'm going to take Mbele in the squad instead. And then we've got the requisite subs for each position. Okay, fine. That'll do for me. Nice long sniff. There's a very fresh smell of spring air in the atmosphere at the moment, and it's very nice. Roswell gets very, very polluted during the winter because we have a huge coal plant not far away from the city, which pumps lovely, lovely coal dust into the air, which keeps us all very, very healthy during the winter months. And so when you get to smell some clean, fresh air, it makes a nice bit of difference. Just letting you know. Okay, boys. Freaking Jose Mourinho's Chelsea boss again, coming to watch us play. It's only us playing today, right? Yeah. So if we win this, we could be up to 8th. Okay, Kotnik. Georgie Cunningham. Oh, it's a good effort. Nangle. Great name. Nieto. Spencer. Oh, interesting. Started nicely. Kotnik. Oh, Nieto. Kotnik was offside. Of course. Yes, Engblom causing some injuries. That's what we like to see. Glavina, Engblom, Nieto, Cunningham. Oh, what on earth? Nangle. I love that name. Nangle. That's a great name. Kevin. Is it Kevin or Kel? Oh, it's my Kelvin. Yay. He used to play for us. I didn't realise there's so if you go on YouTube, and search for like best 90 late winners in football matches and whatever, there's a fantastic clip of, I think it's Porto scoring a very late winner against like Sporting Lisbon or something like that, and there's a Brazilian player who scores the goal. Oh, I mean, that would have been a shonky goal to score. There's a Brazilian fella who scores on the break. He's fantastic arrowed shot into the bottom corner on the breakaway, and that is Kelvin, the player that I had. He was playing left wing for us a lot. He's not a great finisher, despite that video evidence. And yeah, he played for us for ages and just scored that. It's a sensational goal. Oh, did he hit the post? God. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so that's that guy. So if you want to know who the name of Kelvin, who will not now disappear because I clicked on him, is, then you will be able to find out a clip of him and see him playing real footballs. He was a decent player for us. He played mostly on the wing. He was a nice player. I liked him. But was never any good. I mean, he was good at sort of being a winger, but he's supposedly more of a striker, and he's not, because he cannot finish for love nor money. Probably scored about 5 goals for us in about 6 seasons. Pathetic, really. But I liked him. Come on. This is a very boring game. Get out, Kelvin. If you now score, I've just talked all that crap about him being rubbish. If he now scores, that would be the most Football Manager thing. Oh, Kelvin, why is your name still highlighted? Well, we could have played on then. Advantage ref, come on. Can I click on the ref and see his name? I can, Hayward. Something new, 879 hours into the game that I've learnt today. Pedersen, Glavina, Pedersen, Cunningham. Oh, yes. Poor old Nangle. Such a good name. Oh, Nangle. Oh, Nangle. I love you. Who are you? I want to find out who he is. I might sign him if he's good. Just love that name. Nangle. I've been known to sign players for their name and occasionally the country they come from. If I've never had a player from the Seychelles, I'll don't Kelvin. Yeah, interesting players. So I've got a couple of coaches who are from Kazakhstan because they're excellent, and I thought, oh, maybe they'll up my knowledge of the Kazakhstani players, and then we'll suddenly find the hidden gem of Kazakhstani football, get him in. And so far, nothing much has happened. Oh, well done, Nangle. 2 minutes of injury time. Come on. Engblom, Nieto, Engblom, Morrill, Kotnik's. He did all right. I don't know how you would finish that wide. Like, I'm not a great striker in real life, but I would have at least thought I could have kicked that at the goal, especially if I was a professional international footballer. But whatever, we're doing well. Standard team talk at half time. Everyone's looking fairly healthy as well. This is good. We've got another game in 3 or 4 days against Wolves, so I'm hoping that if we can maybe... What the hell was that? Was that sodding Jordan Rhodes as well? Yeah. What on earth happened there? Kelvin... Right. That's very frustrating. That is very frustrating. Now, they seem to be building on that and have got some momentum, which I don't like the look of, so I'm going to take a look at the team. Kotnik isn't actually playing that well, so I'm going to take him off. Say, stop it. Stop not playing well. And I'm going to not play Abdallah. I'm surprised I didn't remember to take him off. Should have put Daniel in from the start. I'm not greatly convinced by Boris, despite having signed him for a lot of monies. Cunningham. This is a problem with this game, is you can't get... There it goes. Okay, thank God for that. So click a bunch of times to get rid of it. Going to bring on Mounier. Spencer's not playing well. He doesn't play well in that right centre-back slot. I have to find out why that is. Bring on Mbele next time and play him in the central defensive role where he plays best. I'm hoping that Oh, you bloody joke. He actually scored. But it didn't count because he's a mug. That's nice to see. Legend, of course, of Weston Super Mare. Danya. Bayon. Oh, Nangle. Nangle. Well, that was an impressively uninspiring corner. Oh, this is such a classic Weston Super Mare game. I'm not impressed. That we should be beating these. It's not like I've got some... Like, we are better than this team. They're not very good. Look at that. That's the kind of classic... That's why I sold him. You do that all the time. Oh, what a nightmare. Come on. Kearney. Yes, Pedersen. Oh, you joke. Tom Kearney, is that? Yes. Okay, now this is a point where we score a late winner. Relatively late winner. Mads Pedersen. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Nice. But I often say I wish they would just square it. But I would have expected Pedersen to just finish that off himself then. But fine. No problem at all with that. It was on the line of being offside though, wasn't it? But we're 2-1 up. I'm happy about it. only conceded 9 goals this season, which is actually not bad. I mean, it's nearly 1 goal a game, but considering last season we conceded fucking 30. Oh yes, is that Spencer? Yes. We conceded 30 odd, and it was a massive disappointment considering how many we conceded in the previous seasons. We're back to a bit more solidity at the back. I'm thinking I know that the guys are pretty good, but I might need to get a new goalkeeper in, because I'm not convinced that they are of the top quality. But there we go, 3-1 win. Excellent work. Passionate, no, calm. A good win, boys. Yes, come on. Spencer got man of the match. He was playing a 6 at like 60 minutes. Okay, fine. Pedersen got 2 assists. One of his goal, I think. Jesus. Anyway, great win. 3-1. They only had one shot on target, which is, of course, went in. That's the way this game works. Now we've got to play Wolves next in 3 days. So thank you for that, Football Association. This could put us up to... we would probably be 5th because of goal difference, but we'd still have another game in hand over Man United. So we could end up 6 points. We could end up 3rd if we win both of our games in hand. That would be a bloody great example of fun. So let's just do the... Why was he there? Looking at Urus Kotnik. Okay. Simon Grayson doesn't like me. Oh, what a shame. I will just do this. I completely agree. A bit of a collector's item. It was great for Martin. Well done. He had a good solid game. Good for him. Now let's quickly look at the fixtures. So I think it would be fun to play so we know we're through on the League Cup, the Europa League, so there's no real point in watching them. They're not all that interesting. Would the next game, I'll tell you what, we will do a Arsenal Man United double because they're big games for us, and then we will do a Leicester Chelsea double. So we'll do those 2 games recorded. So I'll be back in 5-6 games time, and that's the end of things for us today. So thanks guys, bye.